Hi, this is Neve Arthur, the Stay-at-Home Family, with today's edition of the Scientific Happiness Project. Now, you may have noticed that I've worn the same t-shirt 3 days in a row. That might be because I don't always record these every single day. Sometimes I batch them. I'm not totally disgusting, I promise. But, what was I going to say? Oh yes, introduction to NLP. So we've talked a little bit about meditation, but NLP is another solution that we're going to be discussing. And I'm going to be giving you some cool tools and tricks that you can use from NLP. And I would highly recommend this as something that you dig into a little bit yourself, because you know it actually is incredibly powerful, and you want to make sure you're using it correctly and appropriately for you, and you're not messing up your wiring or anything like that. Not that you really can, but it's just something that you do that is powerful and you want to really understand. So I would highly recommend that you go out and do some research on NLP. However, NLP, the easy way to understand it, well, one, it means neuro-linguistic programming, which is all about, if you break that down, that's, you're changing your brain through words, right? And well, changing your brain through language. Neuro-linguistic programming is like brain, language, and programming is rewiring. But really think about it as the missing instruction manual for your brain. Okay? Not all brains wire and fire exactly the same. So we have all, as we've been growing up, learned different skills, learned different tools, learned different ways and resources for dealing with things and for processing the information that's coming in. Now, we all have some things in common. For example, the ocular stuff, whatever's happening with your eyes when you're taking stuff in, is processed in the occipital lobe. Your sound is processed in the temporal lobe. So frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal. I will never forget, in psychology they taught us FPOT, and I don't know why. They had a picture in the psychology book with of a flower in a pot on someone's head, so you would never forget FPOT. So frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal. The things you remember from high school, right? So where was I with NLP? Right, so we have different ways of processing and dealing with information based on how our brain is wired. So that's why some people, for example, are really good spellers and some people aren't, because some people are understand that spelling, really good spellers don't sound stuff out. They usually are remembering what a word looks like, and so they're accessing the visual memory part of their brain. Whereas other people try and spell in a different way. They're accessing the creative part of their brain, so they're trying to actually create a word every time they do it. And if you can teach them how to access the memory part of their brain while they're attempting to do spelling, they can become excellent spellers. So that's just one little tweak that people can do, because sometimes we learn how to use the wrong part of our brain for some particular type of activity that we want to do. So what NLP can help you do is to identify things that maybe you're using the wrong resource within yourself, or understanding where different resources, how different things are stored, how different things are viewed. One of my absolute favorite techniques is uncovering how you look at your powerful memories, because where you store and how you look at your powerful memories will be different from where you store and look at the memories that are painful to you. And by moving memories about, or concepts or ideas or evidence about some beliefs in yourself into a more useful part of your wiring, a more useful part of your brain, you can actually change the way you think and the way you feel about things. And what's so cool about NLP is when you do this, you can use a little 10-minute exercise can change everything for you. And that's why I really want you to look into NLP. And the cool thing about it as well is that you don't have to understand all the science, because this is all about your experience, how your brain is working, how your brain is feeding back to you. It's not about what's actually going on. So meditation kind of helps deal with what's actually going on, the actual wiring, unwiring things that aren't really helpful. But NLP will help you to just kind of dig in right where you're at and use your current wiring in a more productive way. So we're going to dig into that and do some exercises in future videos, but I just wanted to introduce to you exactly what it is really. It's like a manual for your brain, which is pretty cool. So make sure that you've liked the Facebook fan page and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video.